Midnight swallows the abandoned lobby as cracked marble tiles glint faintly under a flickering ceiling bulb. Dusty reception desks hold scattered papers, silent monitors hum coldly, and half-open metal doors creak slowly. The long corridor stretches endlessly, its peeling paint and exposed wires catching the faint glow of a broken emergency exit sign, while distant echoes bounce softly through the empty hallway. An abandoned security desk sits under flickering fluorescent lights. Dusty monitors display static. A slowly rotating chair creaks without cause, and the air hums faintly with forgotten electricity. A staircase descends into darkness, its broken handrails casting crooked shadows across cracked steps, while distant drops of water echo softly, as if the building itself remembers long-forgotten footsteps. A dimly lit office corridor stretches endlessly, doors slightly ajar revealing shadowed interiors, while a faint draft rattles papers and the walls whisper secrets of a long-abandoned workplace. The basement storage room looms in darkness, metal shelves lined with dusty boxes and broken equipment, while a faint metallic clang echoes from somewhere unseen. A shattered office room sits silent, overturned chairs and broken monitors scattered across the floor, while the faint hum of malfunctioning fluorescent lights fills the oppressive emptiness. The stairwell to the upper floors is fractured and dark. Faint moonlight leaks through broken windows, casting sharp shadows across the cracked steps, while distant wind whistles through the halls. A collapsed office floor reveals scattered furniture and broken glass. Shadows stretch across dusty tiles as a faint draft moves through the debris, whispering secrets of abandonment. A flooded basement corridor stretches under broken pipes, water dripping rhythmically into murky puddles, while faint reflections shimmer across the walls, creating the illusion of movement in the oppressive darkness. The rooftop stretches under a black sky, its cracked tiles littered with debris. Broken fencing rattles in the cold wind, and distant city lights shimmer faintly beyond the darkness. The elevator shaft yawns into darkness, cables dangling from broken pulleys, while faint echoes bounce off metal walls and the smell of rust and dampness fills the air. A narrow maintenance tunnel stretches into darkness, pipes lining the ceiling and walls dripping water, while faint echoes of distant machinery reverberate, filling the tunnel with oppressive silence. A narrow ventilation shaft snakes through darkness, dust swirling with each faint draft. Metal panels creak as air moves, and distant echoes make the confined space feel alive. An abandoned server room hums faintly. Racks of dead servers line the walls. Tangled cables snake across the floor, and intermittent red warning lights pulse eerily in the silence. The abandoned archive room reeks of dust and decay. Shelves collapse under old, yellowed documents, while faint drafts rattle papers, and shadows stretch across the room like silent watchers. The abandoned boiler room groans with unseen movement. Thick steam coils around rusted pipes, water drips from corroded valves, and shadows writhe across the wet concrete floor. The attic lies in ruin. Broken beams jut from the ceiling. Scattered boxers spill forgotten belongings, and faint moonlight filters through cracks, casting eerie shadows across the wooden floor. A shattered greenhouse sits under the night sky, broken glass glinting faintly. Dead plants lean over cracked soil, and a cold breeze rattles the remaining metal frames. A massive machinery room groans with abandoned gears and pistons. Steam hisses from broken pipes, and shadows dance across rusted metal platforms, as if the building itself breathes. The collapsed library lies in chaos, shelves toppled and books scattered. Faint moonlight filters through broken windows, and a soft draft turns pages as if unseen fingers pass by. A flooded mechanical basement stretches into darkness. Water ripples around half-submerged machinery, leaking pipes drip endlessly, and faint reflections of broken lights shimmer across the wet floor. The abandoned theater sits in ruin. Torn velvet seats lie in disarray. Shattered stage lights cast broken patterns across the floor, and a faint wind whispers through cracks in the walls. The abandoned parking garage stretches into darkness. Cracked concrete floors littered with rusted vehicles, Faint light flickers from broken ceiling lamps, and shadows crawl across jagged pillars. The collapsed subway tunnel stretches into darkness. Twisted tracks vanish into shadows, debris litters the floor, and flickering lights reveal rusted beams and scattered cables. The abandoned hospital hallway stretches endlessly. Broken beds lie haphazardly. Flickering lights illuminate cracked tiles, and faint echoes of distant metallic clangs reverberate through the emptiness. The abandoned laboratory lies in decay. Shattered glassware litters the floor. Broken instruments hang from tables, and flickering neon lights cast unsettling reflections across stained tiles. A flooded boiler tunnel stretches endlessly. Water reflects broken pipes above. Steam rises in curling wisps, and shadows twist across the walls as faint dripping echoes through the emptiness. The rooftop water tank area looms in darkness. Broken ladders lean against rusted tanks. Puddles reflect pale moonlight, and faint wind rattles loose metal pipes across the flat roof. The derelict ventilation hub hums faintly. Massive rusted fans hang frozen. Dangling wires sway slightly, and shadows crawl across cracked concrete floors in the eerie glow of flickering lights. The abandoned elevator machinery room groans, with rusted chains and broken cogs. Scattered oil stains glisten faintly, and shadows shift across worn metal platforms in the dim emergency light. The rooftop antenna area creaks under the night wind. Broken satellite dishes lean precariously. Cables sway, and faint moonlight glints across puddles and scattered debris on the concrete surface. The collapsed maintenance stairwell groans under broken steps. Rusted handrails sway slightly. Water drips from exposed pipes, and shadows stretch across cracked concrete walls in the dim emergency glow. The rooftop water tower stands abandoned. Rusted pipes drip continuously. Puddles mirror the cold moonlight, and shadows stretch across jagged concrete edges as a faint wind whistles through the structure. The crumbling rooftop edge overlooks the silent city. Jagged concrete jutting dangerously. Broken antennas sway in the wind, and flickering lights reflect off puddles as shadows stretch toward the void.